Hey guys, what's going on? It's 10:33 and it's 11:21. Jones is we're up 0.02%. SP is 0.30%. Nasdaq is up 0.97%, or down 0.97%. So in other words, Dow's going to take it. Dow's doing taking a little bit profit. They're trying to position themselves for the next meetings, around the meetings that we are coming up for the rate hikes. So anyway, that's it on the side of the Dow Jones. That's the side of that side. Yeah, the stock market. Anyway, so I've been this weekend doing my research. Everybody said I'm doing research. What are you doing? Well, I was trying to figure out just how all of this happened, and I come up with a good analysis, and I compared anyway. So, but breaking news: Citibank, Chase, and BofA, Wells Fargo. Those individuals are screening more diligently applicants to actually come on their platform, or to that deal with crypto, and that people are buying with their card. They're buying crypto, and they're denying their transactions. Um, every platform that I would go to every platform, because I not only did I just pull my shit out, I'm with Ledger, so I just pulled everything out, put it in Ledger on my um and my account, and so now I feel relatively cool that it's there, but I don't. You never know. But anyway, be aware that you're not only will the exchange you're dealing with um, play games with your money and hold it up, but also we're getting entities like these big banks that are not taking crypto. They're not taking any more applications. They're not approving anybody. They're not doing anything. In other words, they want to take a stand and get the hell out. It's basically the consensus in the secondary market. It's not surprising, especially with as big and bad as this is. I don't know what his name is, Friedman or whatever. All I know is that I better not find that some bitch nowhere in the world. We're up 2.2% on the Dow. So it's at 33,753, which is not bad, but it ain't good. So I wanted to go through this morning and show you what I have found out about the crash. Now, everybody has told me that everybody that I deal with on crypto, or see their page or whatever, they always have the charts. They always have, the candles. They always have these things to predict the market. Okay, and I don't blame you guys for using those. Um, but here is an example of how that type of mentality will get you. People will say that, this was seen, this was seen, it was coming, um, that um, they expected, but nobody knew exactly how it was going to happen. Now, before we get any started, I want you guys, if you're feeling the crypto pain, I want you to go back and do your history on this crypto blow up. I guess what it is. I don't even think it's a crash. I think it's a blow up. But anyway, go watch the movie The Big Short. Then watch the next movie called Margin Call. Those two movies will explain to you behind the scenes what is happening, what happens on the market, and how brutal these guys are, and actually how easy it is for them to take profits for themselves, how easy it is for them to manipulate the system. Um, and if you watch The Big Short, it'll take you step by step on how the market crashed. And that was for 2008. We still have the dot com bubble. We still have the flash crash of 2010. So we've been having crashes, but they just don't be pay attention to, because what? We just, the next couple of weeks, we're able to invest again in bullshit money. So the first thing is that Michael Berry, who predicted the 2008 crash, he said it, and it's so apropos for right now. He said, it's possible we're in a totally fraudulent endeavor business. And it makes sense because interest rates were rising, bond markets are staying the same. And it was just the bond market wouldn't move. We don't have um, a bond market, so to speak. We have things to bet against our crypto. But if you get find something that you're betting against the system or you're trying to go short, it's really difficult to go short the amount that they did, and they went. Only a few people found out about it. Everybody went short. I mean, people were laughing their ass off at them because they were in short positions, and then realized that the first of every month they had to come up with their mortgage payments for all those that they just shorted, or the difference in what they just shorted. So, what happened? Well, in the Big Short, it comes out to find out that you know what they were doing loans for anybody, because the fact is that they were making lots of profits, but they needed more borrowers. They needed more people into the pipeline contributing money. They needed to have people that were willing to back up money wise their bullshit. So they started to take out shorts on these loans. Now, these loans, I mean, well, not everybody did, but these guys did. They made millions. I think Michael Berry made $81 million off this one trade, off his one sale. Other people were at 4 million. I mean, you were just making a killing if you went short. So, and that was a market that nobody thought that it was going to be. No one thought that it was even possible that the housing market could crumble because of what years before we've been saying everybody pays their mortgage until they can't. So basically, what we're looking at is we're looking at a totally fraudulent system. We don't know who the players are. We don't know who's in bed with whoever, whatever. But the issue is the exchanges. Crypto is doing what it's supposed to do, what it was designed to do. Okay, so is Ethereum, Bitcoin, all the rest of the stuff that I look across or whatever. No, I'm going through my list of investors that I have and who I might want to invest in as far as my crypto from or whatever. Well, the fact of the matter is that I went through all these garbage coins and I threw them out. I don't care if I don't care if Dodge goes to 1 million. You can't get me to invest in it because the fact is it can't stay stable. We had an economist come on over this weekend on Bloomberg who came out and said that you can't make crypto. Crypto cannot become the currency of countries because there's too much fraud and it's too easy to commit fraud. So it's up to the exchanges. I got a whiteboard up here of people who are going bankrupt, and then I got on another whiteboard that I put up last night that actually tells me who's insolvent, who's going to go bankrupt. And yes, I pulled all my damn money out of crypto. I think it's ironic that the fact is that I'm a newbie. I'm new, whatever. But I had one claim to fame. I didn't lose no money. I got the hell out because I'm a beginner. It kind of spooked me. I'm like, I ain't ever seen this before. Let me pull my funds out of there a little bit and let me see what's really going on. And I couldn't make sense of what's going on. So you can't get in on something you don't know what's going on. All this insider trading, all this inside information or whatever, I take it with a grain of salt in crypto because the fact is it just doesn't materialize. Every exchange you look into today and think about getting a wallet or anything from crypto, they all brag about, oh, they're so fast at their transactions. Oh, they have great customer service. They've got the best rates for the lowest price, minimal commission. All of these selling points they throw out there. But the fact is what I'm like, okay, but your company's corrupt, so where are they going to leave me in a year? And that is what's happening. Is that the fact is that these big whales are coming in, purchasing all this, they're dumping it all off, they're walking away. They're not in it over long term. They're in to hit it and quit it, get out. Now, these individuals will eventually come back when they start then they start spending their millions, and then like, oh, wait, you know what? That's pretty easy. I can go back and get me a couple more million or whatever. Do you know what Michael Berry invested in after Big Short? Water. Water. And he had a recent interview that came out right now that said people will not believe how short he is on crypto. You couldn't believe how short you are, or he is on crypto. I don't know. Mark Baum, on the other hand, he hasn't yet weighed in on crypto. I don't think that he's actually even investing that much anymore. Um, and most of the exchanges that we talk to now, it's just to take the money and run. And now the banks are getting wind of that. Banks are scrutinizing approvals. They're scrutinizing purchases. They're scrutinizing because they're afraid they're going to be on a bankrupt, or they're afraid that they're going to acquire that their customers are going to acquire too much risk and too much debt. And unfortunately, when it's in their bank, they think it's their money. So they can do whatever they want to with it. So hey, I'm sorry, but it came from my paycheck. I spoke with a guy from Chase yesterday. Of course, he's not from America. He's from India. I have no problem against the Indians or whatever. But I'm just saying, I can't understand you. Okay, I mean, I'm talking business here. I'm talking my money. Okay, and I'm calling my bank and I'm saying, look, why did you freeze my account? Now hold on before it gets better. I got a separate account that I just do crypto with. Okay, I'm not that stupid. Everybody looks at me like I'm a newbie and I don't know what I'm doing or whatever. Well, I will tell you this. Okay, let's put it this way. I don't know nothing. Didn't know nothing. Still learning everything. But even I knew when to pull out. I pull. People are talking about losing. I was pulling shit out until up to the last minute when they stop letting you pull your money out. So I lose money on this, the one of the worst crashes, and it may be the worst crash that we ever experienced in Bitcoin or crypto. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't lose money. So for all your charts and everything that you're looking at or whatever, guess what? Sometimes the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. But I'm continuing to learn. I'm continuing learning, and I'm glad that this happened when I was at the first of starting my crypto because the fact is now I know something else to watch for. I'm not dogging you people who watch charts and history and all those things. I mean, people come up with their own strategies and you use whatever works for you. I don't care. I want every person who invests in crypto. I want them to make some money. It strengthens the system. It strengthens borrowers' capability. But we are at an impasse because we have exchanges that are not set up and that are rigged to rigged after your money. Is it a Ponzi scheme right now? Damn right. It's a Ponzi scheme because the fact is that they use borrowers' money to pay for they use borrowers' money. So in other words, they don't have any assets. The money that's on the books is not there. It doesn't make sense. So it's too early to call it a Ponzi scheme. I think we're going to come up with another word for it, or a different kind of strategy, different than a Ponzi scheme that actually going to show how our money flows. Right now, they can't do it, and that's par for the course because the fact is they don't want it getting out. What they're doing now is they're trying to prevent all these exchanges are trying to prevent one thing. They're trying to forget. They're trying to stop a bank run. They are trying to hang in there to the last battle or whatever because in crypto you don't have the government coming in and injecting money. You don't have the banks that are going to come in and save crypto. You don't have any kind of backup. It's FDIC, nothing. They're not responsible for $250,000 losses. It's just wide open, and that's what people want it to be. But taking advantage, if you have one missing link on that hole, which is the exchanges, then you lose track of your money. You lose control of your money, even though they say you can control it every time. Okay, what control it all the time means like anyway, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If I want to go transfer on crypto market, I should be able to do so. If you can't guarantee that, then get the hell out of the game. Margin call was basically the same thing. And I watched these two, not because the fact is that I watch them for points. And I watch them as like you guys watch graphs or whatever. I look for subtleties that I can apply to what's going on here. And that was the worst case scenario. So I based that's the worst case scenario off what those two shows are showing me. And the general consensus is that these guys are dealing in too much cash. They can't get rid of it. It's like you're a drug dealer, okay, and you're booming. You're selling all your drugs, making canned over fish. Just man, people just throwing money at you, just getting their drugs or whatever. Your business is doing great. It's outstanding. But then again, after about 3 months, you start looking around. It's like, God dang, I gotta get rid of all this money. All this money is sitting in my account. Why would you want to move money that fast out of your exchange? Could it mean that you're taking your cut, moving on? Could it mean could it mean it's the most fraudulent system out there? Because the fact is, you're dealing in a illegal product. You've got funds that you can never get return on because the fact is that it's too big for your exchange to operate. So then all of a sudden, guess what? They come in, no, dirty money. I don't know how anybody can. I don't know how anybody can actually tell me that this is not a. Um, I'm gonna say drug money. I just want to say if it's like an off. A lot of criminals, a lot of criminal organizations will use Bitcoin before they'll utilize any other means of investing, like banks or whatever. I didn't make the rules; they just do it. They take their money, they go in, buy a bunch of crypto, let it sit. The exchange now becomes a money washing machine. You set up a corporate business, you set up a bullshit business, and all of a sudden that money's going from that business to crypto. Who knows where it goes from there? But it's been washed. So once it's been washed, they're utilizing crypto to wash their money. That's why you have so much cash on it. Because the fact is that what people are actually looking to get rid of it into some institution where they can still draw from it, but it's on the up and up. Bitcoin's not controlled by the FCC or the SEC. That is the general overview. Now, people have been talking semantics about what happened, what each company did, whatever. You're gonna find out that everybody was doing the same thing. They were laundering money. They got too much money that they can launder and throw through the system. And this is where you equal your pump and dump schemes. It's because the fact is that an investor will come in and put so much money, manipulate the price, knows what it's going to do. Oh, and sells that dirty money, slips it in Bitcoin, slips it in buy some Ether, slip it in to buy somewhere, whatever. Guess what? People forget about that money, especially in the crypto market, because the fact is, in the crypto market, it's really not sustainable at this time with the players we have involved. We don't have any players involved that are willing to come in and clean up the system. We didn't want the government to regulate, and I still don't want government regulations. I don't think that I should have to. I don't think that I should have to. When I go to my ATM and I pull out, let's see, $100. I'll give it an example, $100. Pull out $100, come back to my house, get on my exchange, buy $100 worth of crypto. Okay, that's if my bank will allow that purchase to happen. But let's say, for example, it gets through and I get to buy $100. Next, okay, and money goes it goes there, sits there. I do all the work. I do all the money moving around, whatever, making profit. I think I'm making some profit, little as you go. And the stock this is doing good for me. I got an eye on it. If it goes down, I'll sell a little bit, take a little profit. You guys know how trading goes. But here's the fact of the matter is, this is what happened. They stopped trading. They stopped trading. Now, this is really indicative of what happened during the Big Short. If you look at it from the stock market exchange, the market wouldn't move. There was nobody buying. There was nobody selling. Everybody was waiting for the big boot to drop. And what happened? The same thing that happened to us. Boot jumped in us, and we couldn't get our money out. You'll never get that money out. And still, we got people who want to come back in and get into the exchange. They want to keep doing it over and over again until they get caught and somebody goes to jail. Do you know how many people went to jail after the 2008 crisis with all the fraud that was actually proven? One guy. And he was a mortgage broker from New York somewhere. He didn't even do anything wrong. I think he forged some Mashco papers or something. That's wrong. But anyway, he forged Mashco papers, so he got caught and went to jail. All the big ones, Shearson, Lehman, Citibank, Bank of America, Chase, Credit Suisse, all these boys took a hit, which was massive layoffs. Now we see this actually affecting the mass layoffs. We actually see that first step happening right now. We're laying off thousands right before Christmas, and that sucks. But the thing that we don't realize is that we've seen this before. It is going to take a cash infusion of some sort from some entity to go in and buy out all these toxic assets and get them off the exchange, and don't let them do business no more. How much money are you going to make off a Dogecoin? I mean, it's fun to have or whatever. You make 1 or 2 cents on a dollar. I got this shit to watch. I don't waste my time on bullshit just because the fact is it's part of a popular trend. No, I don't even want you to know what I'm doing, so I'm making money. But that's not possible because the fact is that now crypto's all over the map. Used to be just, little exchange that kind of went on. Now it's like all over the map. Now you've got credit. Now you've got banks that are paying attention to it, and we should have the SEC paying attention to it too. And it should reflect into our next numbers, which are actually going to affect whether they're going to go up in interest rates or not. I'm thinking 50 basis points, but hey, maybe 3/4. I'm thinking 50. I would go 75 if they look at the crypto market. At the crypto market, I would actually go at 75. To cover the risk that's going to be involved from all the banks and everything that's going to be claiming these losses due to crypto. So, good luck. If you find a bank that is still accepting crypto, if you find a bank where you can actually get an account or they'll accept your funds for crypto, think about this. They got all your damn information. They're even starting to ask for social security numbers on applications. You gotta put your license plate. You gotta put your back of your license plate. You gotta put your back. You put your bank statements up. I don't want you to see my bank statements. Well, it's just to verify the address. Hey, dumbass, my ID card has got my address. So that's all bullshit. Now, think of it this way. This is the big question. This has come to my mind. I'll answer this question or not. Banks are sitting with all this money, and they got to get rid of it. They're exiting. They're going bankrupt. They can't pay their. Well, let's think of this for a second. What if they just take the money, run, start another crypto agency down the street, back in business again? And that's what's going to happen to all these individuals who are actually in charge of crypto, who actually do it. They're going to make they're going to make a deal with Congress so they can continue to operate. They'll have brand new funds, and they say, yeah, we're going to do it again. We're not going to do it again, promise. Scouts on it. We have so much fraud in the system right now. It's so many fraudulent characters that you can't tell apart anymore. When you can't tell apart from anymore, all you can do is just wait for them to go down. They're going to get caught. They're going to go down. It's a lull. But the fact is, this has got to crash before it goes anywhere else. Crypto market has got to crash to weed out all of the dark elements. It's got to crash. It's the best thing for crypto. even though it sucks for us who's got money in there that can't get it out. But crypto has to crash, reinvent itself, and start again. We have the people who can do it. We have Bitcoin, we have Ether, we have exchanges that are actually willing to actually invest, but we still have these characters that are involved that are screwing up the whole damn system. And we haven't been able to weed them out because the fact is we have no federal authority to do so. People want to decentralize, but the fact is that once they lose all their money, like, well, somebody should have been watching. Well, if it's decentralized, you should have been watching. But that's not the way it works. Anyway, I had to get that out. And like I said, I'll probably watch The Big Short again today, whatever, because I'm missing some things or whatever. But anyway, it's not CDOs, but what it was the fact is that people would give it crypto away. When you sign up for exchange, you sign up for it, they'll give you some crypto, they'll give you some blah, 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 or whatever. What they don't tell you is the fact is that, they're going to charge you fees. And the next thing is, what? When you look at your money, is can you get to your money? That's the first thing that I notify about any exchange that I want to is, can I get to my money? When I want. In banks, I can't. I got an ATM card here. I can take it down there. Like I got money in the bank. I can just take the money out of there. Can't do it in crypto. So definitely something's wrong with that. We should realize that the first time they deny a transaction, or your bank won't even complete a transaction with certain exchanges. That's not good news, people. It's not good news. So let it all crash. Lose a lot. We're gonna lose a lot of money. But let it all crash. Let's weed out the let's weed out the bad players. And hopefully when we weed them out, we'll catch them and we'll make them actually do some serious time to where it's a deterrent to keep people from doing this shit again. We'll see. Anyway, I believe about 15, 20 minutes ago, I think that they captured Bikeman, at least his damn counterpart. Still missing, but anyway, they captured Friedman. So we'll see from there. Keep you updated. Thanks, Crypto Casey. Thanks, Wendy O. Thank you guys for actually putting out your videos because I learned, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Now's a good time to sit back, read, and do your research. So when it pops open, you already got another game plan because the game plan we working, it doesn't work not because of us and what we were doing, because the fact that the exchange wouldn't allow us to actually put a winning strategy into play. They wouldn't, or the exchanges. Any situation or any exchange where you make money and you figure out how to make that money in certain stocks, and you've learned how to read the charts and learn how to read it, and you start making money consistently or whatever, they're going to come in and fuck it up. Tell me they're not like the government. You guys be good. Be careful. I'm out. Hey, Mom.